back-to-back games against your brother's best civ. Can you make it back-to-back wins? One and all, welcome back to week 4 of the midweek muster. We are on the grand finals, a best of 7 between Puppy Paw in the pink on the Chinese and Wham in the red on Jeanne. Skarsgård is going to be the map. We know this map. We love this map when we watched the grand finals between these two because we got to see French trade. Will we see it today is the question mark, because I'm wondering what the thought process is here for Wham. His draft did not feel very Skarsgård heavy. Puppy Paw got all of the best picks for this map. He got Juji, Chinese, Malians, Rus. The most picked civs, bar the French that was banned by both. Very curious situation Wham finds himself in. If he wins this map, I think with the remaining picks, things like Lipany, he's got things like Abbasid, I believe, his draft looks pretty good. This, to me, feels like it will be the biggest hurdle to get a map win on in the remaining that we have in the pool. Because I believe after this, we have Lipany, and then only one more, which would be Cliffside. And his draft's pretty good for that. Like, he has some good variants there. But this almost felt like he didn't really have any other options. Mongols has been kind of a question mark against things like Chinese on this map. Abbasid wouldn't make any sense. He lost to Chinese trying to play Abbasids here. So he didn't really want the deja vu. So instead, we trust in Jeanne. Now, what does Puppy Paw want to do? Because I feel like you could play a prolonged Feudal here. Mass Shugen Spears and feel pretty good because Jeanne will just die. This is the thing that's really awkward. Chinese versus French. Annoying matchup for French, but doable. Because the whole idea is, although Song can scale them, you can chip them down, and Yuriko scales a bit. Jeanne isn't like that, guys. Jeanne doesn't have faster producing TCs. So, if China ever gets Song, they rapidly move ahead of you on village account. I wonder, with this build, wow, I'm not sure this is Pro Scouts. Which kind of makes sense, right? Like, you should... I feel like if you're in a matchup where you have to go Pro Scouts as Jeanne, it needs to be a heavy cav matchup, right? Like against French or Rus. Otherwise, you kind of feel like picking Jeanne was pointless, right? Because you should be the scary, big badass on the map in the early game. Your opponent should be scared to come out to you. So Wham should be able to leverage that and play onto the deer, right? Out onto the berries, the boar, these type of things. And in fact... he actually has a gorgeous spawn for exactly that, guys. This area here, you wall this off, you secure 5 stacks of free deer, so that's 15 deer, plus a boar. That's a lofty amount of income. That ends up being something in the region of, I believe it's about 7,500 food. So Imperial Academy now online. Do I need to do another game where I rant about Imperial Academy OP? No, I think we got the idea. I am very opinionated on this landmark at this stage. For good reason. Bloody thing just feels so good. Taxation is looking good. Look at these drop-offs. Puppy Paw. I don't think you... you have to go Pro Scouts here, right? He hasn't opened racks yet. He hasn't really got that many people on wood, so it feels like we're going to Pro Scouts. Actually, I think he's just going to go Barbican, right? Fort Barbican, like, what, towards the... yeah, okay. I was about to say, you can't go that deep. He's going to have to be very retracted here. So Barbican's coming up. I wondered if he was going to go for this, because, like, he wasn't going for spears at all, right? So he had to get some sort of standard defense, but meanwhile, wow, he actually does go for the Pro Scouts. So doesn't want to risk his eco. But this is quite nice. So, Wham, the reason why it's nice, the way he's done this, is he didn't waste money on Wheelbarrow. Right? Pro Scouts is good if you don't go Wheelbarrow. Because, like, if you're going Wheelbarrow, why do you need Pro Scouts? Your villagers are efficient at moving around then. So this kind of balances it out quite nicely. Because at that stage, it kind of feels like you're getting 50% off what you'd normally have to expend in that position. First Knight is going to ride in. Nice pick there. The Shiv's out, not really doing much. Important little bit of chip damage done because of what we said, where French would scale their economy against China in the early game, but Jeanne will not. Jeanne. It's even harder to say Jeanne right when your nose is weird. Goddamn flus from kids. Jeanne is on the way. Melee form has been chosen. I like this. The reality is if you're going to die to Zhug, you'll die in either form. You might as well be a bit more tanky and have a counter to the opening spears. Gives you an easy way of diving, and also, on top of that, if you catch Puppy Paw not looking at an eco pocket, you get in with one cleave. All of a sudden, that's actually, instead of, say, doing, you know, 1 strike of damage with an archer, 40 damage on a divine arrow, let's say you catch 4 villagers, that's 80 damage between them, right? That's the interesting thing. It's like, when you are going to be more all-in, I find the melee zone feels better. When you're looking for chip damage, archer makes more sense. Check this, Puppy Paw. Ooh. The scout timing there was very fortuitous. That would have been abhorrent to watch. Because remember, you get in, you cleave 20 on all of them, and then you club for 10. You wouldn't necessarily kill the villagers straight away, but it then sets the foundation. Because if you get 1 cleave on all those villagers, the lance puts them like down to 1 HP, right? So at that stage, like getting Bloomery means you guaranteed kill the villagers on a follow-up. Nice lance in there. Does actually get the snipe. Wow, very pressure-oriented, but he has to be. Archers are on the way. However, Puppy Paw is trying to bypass. He's going fast castle. Fast castle with very limited resources, though. Free sheep, the berries. I mean, he has got 2-4 deer. Jeanne is going to look to pressure again. Goes in. There's the cleave we talked about. He's waiting for the recharge. Second swipe here could be big. Just shuffling over, but need to be quick about this. Sometimes I wonder if these type of builds would be worth it to just have a forward archer range. And wow, okay, Puppy Paw, he's admitted he can't sit here with such limited food. He is going to have to go pro scouts. But that delays your castle timing, right? That locks you to the age longer when your opponent's going for a full-in feudal assault. Not just that. We're getting trade again. Oh, these two. Last time we watched these two on Scarguard, it was Puppy Paw with the French, Wham with the Malians, and Puppy Paw was trading. Unknown. This time, Wham is sneaking it. Puppy Paw has never checked that deep into territory. He has no clue. A wide shuffle coming around the side here. Does he know about it? Pro Scout, did he just see a deer get picked up? That'd be good eyes if so, but no, he's just millimeters away from glancing it there. Meanwhile, Puppy Paw now pumping in a horseman plus the spears. Man, if he just moved quicker there, he would have intercepted. The scout now realizes it. But he's been seen, so scout should pull back. Scout should pull. Scout is very ambitious. Another little pick. Meanwhile, some attempts to intercept reinforcements is not going to go according to plan. Jeanne will get even more XP. Another 7 in the pocket. It definitely adds up over time here. He's going to lose a knight to this, so not the most ideal of Mike. Wait, Stealth Forest? Okay, I can already see the rant coming from Puppy Paw on that one. He aggroes the boar, though. That's cheeky. However, it's knights, right? So great disengage there. Wham just runs the infantry the other way. And this is looking fairly good for Wham right now. Puppy Paw is really locked to the edge. We do have Zhug now on the way. He does need to do more damage. Oh, Puppy Paw is going to outscale him. The interesting part is Wham isn't putting everything into now. It almost feels like he's trying to sliver his way towards castle. Theoretically, you can, like, what, make a play into the Sacred Sites to get a quick level 3 in Jeanne. And melee Jeanne level 3 against your opponent in age 2 is substantial. Especially against Zhug with ranged armor, they're only going to do like 1 damage. Good clash here. Goes in. Unfortunately, a little bit too soon there. Wasn't able to wait around for Jeanne to arrive, so no XP farm. More bounty on the way home, but we do have scaling economy for Wham. The trade ships are in. Land is 38 villages versus 34. The trade ships are going to start balancing this out in favor of the west-located Canadian. JD's sword is bigger than the body. I mean, that's the power of it, guys. Like, if you had a sword this big, and you just, like, you let it guide you. You start swinging, and gravity just does the rest. Now, you can't stop swing. That's why I think level 4 Jeanne should just get the Beyblade ability, where she just spins around in circles. Like a barbarian from Poe. Yes, I'm making Path of Exile references now. Sue me. KP Path of Exile stream rock when? God, can you imagine? Spears getting added in by Wham now. A little bit surprised to see this with Zhuge on the way. Not many horsemen to justify it. You're sub, why are you seeing ads? Because if you look next to your name, you can see you're not subbed. I'm glad I could explain that. Who's winning this? I mean, if we mass out on both sides, like theoretically there is a point where Zhuge will just ruin the zone plan. But he has a lot of knights coming. And with the trade ships, he's getting additional gold with the Pro Scouts play to afford a lot of knights. I feel like this is a really good position for Wham. Because what can happen is he can scale to like 20 knights, and then just like that, he'll have good enough economy to then go castle. Right? With Royal Institute, that just wins the game. Please be careful not to dive the... Wait, what? Puppy Paw went second TC. Oh, this is so greedy. However, he has spotted the trade. You can tell they both practiced this. So trade ships are gradually going to die off here. He needs to peel some knights to protect this. These are expensive investments, remember. Trade ships are not cheap. 100 wood, 100 gold. I.e., they have to trade 4 times to be positive on investment. Right now, Wham is not pulling across to do anything about it. And instead, Puppy Paw is now going for the dock drop. Oh, no. Knights are finally coming, but they needed to be here sooner, right? I thought he was going to pull them from the group on the south side, head straight over. But Doc is now up, and I don't think he even knows. I mean, why would he suspect right now? He's just seen 2 TC. What kind of psychopath goes for Doc play while also going 2 TC with China like this? And also, by the way, looking like he's going to go Castle Age. Is there anything that China cannot do? Be played a single game with me casting without me ranting about how absurd they are? Yeah, that's the one thing they can't do. Imagine if instead of building archer ships, you just start trading. Archer ship is here. So bad news for Wham. He's going to need to start getting his own military ships out. Spring ship is on the way. Knights are not able to burn down the dock. However, considering you're the guy with the knights, you can use this to your advantage to distract. Start diving with a few here. Quick reaction, last second there by Puppy Paw. Pretty smart. It gets the knights deeper, gets more damage done. Hand cannon slits are coming in. Jeanne a little bit too gusto-y with her dive. If Wham wants to break this, it needs to be rams. A tricky position to try to get into them as well. Like, considering how many Zhuge there are already, Zhuge are very good at taking out rams. And on top of that, now you're having to put a lot of wood into water. That's actually a really good trade. Wham, like, against an archer ship on the defensive, getting that trade is really impressive. This ship is now coming, which is mirrored by Puppy Paw. So trade should be protected for now. Still, the problem is you only have 1 dock, so... Okay, yeah, he adds in a second. I was about to say, you need to be scaling eco still. And Puppy Paw, he's found the resources. Castle Age is on the way. Does he know, though? Wham. It almost feels like he senses it. Barbican is going to reveal an attempt to dive here. Shouldn't really be able to get in. Maybe if he had some guns from that Black Ops 6, he'd actually be able to do it now. The life of Jeanne. Oh, how she'll moan about how OP Zhuge are. Like, it's just ridiculous, right? When you have this many Zhuge, it doesn't matter you have 2 ranged armor. I mean, 2 ranged armor is pitiful. Even 3 ranged armor. You're still taking 6 damage per Zhuge. 6 damage per Zhuge, and there's 30 of them attacking you, right? That's pretty lofty amount of damage. End up getting hit for 180, which you only have 225 health. Maths. Yay. So take out complete veterancy on the way for the spears. Knights are going to have to clash in here. Archers need to get rid of this front line quickly so you can mop up the Zhuge. Looks like you might be able to do it. The spearman count a little bit low. Wham. Even with Jeanne not here, sure he doesn't get the XP, but this could be a big win. Starts to dive in. Zhuge have to back away. The villagers are pulling back as well. Archers can start to snipe off the eco. You want the knights to deal with the Zhuge, but they're in the choke points and holding here. No veterancy for them, though. Means the Knights are still substantially tankier than you'd like. Trade for Wham. How are we looking? Only 6 so far. More archer ships coming out. Remember, because Puppy Paw went for Pro Scouts, he also doesn't have to come out on this build. So 75 eco is lofty, but he does still have the scouts bringing back the goods. Why not supervise upgrades? I think it was just an oversight. He's at least getting the Zhug upgrade. It's worth doing here against Plastic Shield Knights, right? Because then you can go up to 7 damage max with double range upgrade and veterancy. However, the timing might not be there again. Knights go in. Jeanne is in the mixer. He baits him back in range, though. Big mistake being made there. The Lance is giving a lot of XP as well, and we must be close to leveling up, right? I mean, there was a death in there. But Wham, almost to that level 3. Arch is moving it again. More villagers are going to get found. The Knights still doing damage to the Zhug before the upgrades come through. But crossbows are now getting added in. This is important. What he's trying to do is clear the way for mass archers. The Knights are here to trade, and there's the level 3 Jeanne pumped. Champions are going to come out. Not ideal. I would have said you want to be going riders here. A little bit surprised by that choice. I mean, you're against Castle Age, right? If you're in Feudal and Feudal, champions make sense. But when you're up against Castle, and especially with crossbows coming, it makes a lot more sense to have the riders. Can he actually min-max this? No, that's too greedy. Joe's going to go down 5 seconds before Divine Restoration. Wow, he has created that space, though. And look at the eco. 65 to 72. Now, a lot of that is in trade. That isn't ideal. Actually, only 5 in trade. So plenty of worker kills coming. A second wave on the way. Puppy Paw, he's still heavily outnumbered. Zhug count down to 14. Puppy Paw, he's running out of safe wood as well. The tree line seen. The archers can take advantage of this. Starts to dive in. More villagers dead. Gold line accessed as well. And Puppy Paw, he's tapped himself dry on the north side. Is he about to tap out? Villagers aren't moving away. The archers are trading well against this. And by some miracle, Wham, an age behind, is keeping his hopes alive. Archers are getting it mopped up now, though, right? Lancers are here. No more Knights yet. So we'll have to reset and pull back. Wham, still yet to pull the trigger to go up into age 3 himself. Wham. No, guys, he's not as rich as you think. He only has 5 trading boats still. A lot of this is military vessels to protect him. New Knights have arrived. Needs to be careful, though. This is starting to tilt against him a little bit. The Zhuganu still being there means he can't just play into spears. He needs to reduce them to nothing first. Royal Institute finally is on the way. Last of the Lancers, dead. Puppy Paw also now in trouble. Food isn't looking good, guys. He's got the remaining deer, which is 2 to 3. And then the remainder of what's on the map is in the center. So Puppy Paw is on the verge of requiring a farm transition. Wham! Could be about to, for the 2nd time, in one grand finals, up against his brother's signature Chinese, make a comeback. I mean, this one, maybe less of a comeback, but it felt like it at points. It almost felt like Puppy Paw got away with a bit too much greed. The bigger deal is a comeback in this series. Not many people are able to so smoothly, I don't say smoothly, but against someone's signatures like this, come back from a 3-0 position. He may be about to do it, though. Veterancy is queued up for Archer and Knights alike. Wham, still only on 1 TC. Why build more villagers when you can kill more? 33 worker kills to 3. And now, a denial on the dock that would allow Wham to scale his trade further. Not just that. There's certain very useful techs here, guys. You guys know that Merchant Guilds works on the water traders? I mean, it's usually, I'm trying to remember, it's usually a castle, Imperial tech, right? That's the cool thing. Like, Royal Institute gets you so many things in age early. Merchants Guild, it gets you the crossbow stirrups, the Royal Bloodlines. I think Long Guns is a castle, from what I remember. I never remember because no one ever builds it. Because it sucks. Man, Puppy Paw China, what overrated civ. Oh my god, guys, can you relieve how weak China is? We're gonna need to buff. No, no buffs. Moving in on the second town center. More villagers dying. Another 7 go down. Puppy Paw now behind by 10 economy. Some of Whams is inflated, right? He's got 16 in the trading boats, but still. The gaps are starting to open up. Granary transition is on the way. Puppy Paw, if he can survive this, and 2 minutes past it, great. But seeming unlikely, the TC goes down and he plows right through. And on top of the Zhug, triple nest of bees here, but he doesn't care. He gets in and he cleans house. Wham! Bam! Thank you, ma'am. Let's put a second point on the board for the Canadian in the red. No doubt about it. We're going the distance here. Wham! I mean, this stamina and also the mental fortitude to come back from 3-0 like this. Now twice. So many villages dead. I mean, this is done. What a crazy game. Let me know what you guys thought about this. I mean, we had delayed pro scouts, 2 TC, a weird farm transition, trade on the other side. What else could you want? Scarguard, delivers again. Drop a comment. Let me know what you think of this map. I think this one's going to start appearing in very big tournaments. I'll catch you on the next one.